you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the show that makes big winners out of the lowest scorers. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm Zach, I'm from Oxford, and this is my friend Niels from London.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Ruby, and this is my boyfriend Sanjay, and we live in Birmingham.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Sylvie, this is my son Richard, otherwise known as Nixon, and we're from Jersey.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Rick. I'm here today with my lovely wife Gillian, and we're from Weston-super-Mare.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. Very warm welcome to the show. Lovely to have you with us. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. He's so, way ahead of me, he's already recording today's head-to-head. Sorry, podiums 1 and 3, you don't make it. It's my pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you.
And to you.
Niels and Zach, welcome back from the last show. Welcome to our new players as well, but we have to talk about the last show first, do we not?
Yes.
Jules and John, we got through to the jackpot round. £7,250 in the jackpot. I'll tell you how smart they were. They had a choice between Shakespeare and Mozart. They couldn't make their minds up. They went for Mozart in the end. And John knew his stuff. 3 pointless answers from John. £7,250. Well earned, I would say.
Yeah.
It's very impressive, isn't it? Very, very good.
Indeed. Yes, so there we are. Jules and John won the jackpot. That means we're going to start off today's jackpot back at what I think is its proper size. £1,000. There it is. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Now, just remember this. It's always going to be the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that gets eliminated. So you just have to keep those scores low however you do it. I don't care. You just have to keep your scores low. Best of luck to all 4 pairs. Our first category this afternoon is famous people. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second, and whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and our question concerns people born in 1950. Richard.
We're going to show you 16 famous faces now of people who were born in 1950, so will turn 70 in 2020, or would have turned 70 in 2020. Just have to name one of the people you're about to see, please.
OK, so we're going to show you this image. 16 faces on there. We won't be changing the image halfway through the round. That will stay up for the whole round. You just have to shout out the name of anyone whose face you recognise on that image. OK, here it comes. We have got these people. All of them born in 1950. There they are, 16 nearly septuagenarians. Who are they? Zach, welcome back.
Thank you.
Good to have you with us once again. Remind us all about yourself.
So I'm a medical student in Oxford.
You're a medical student in Oxford. Also, you run the bar.
Yes, I do.
At your college.
Yes.
And you run this mythical Medics bar.
Yes.
Medics bar, which is attached to the hospital.
Not attached to, just kind of near.
Oh, right. Disowned by the hospital.
Yeah, very much disowned.
Within. Now, when not medicing, that's a word, what do you like to get up to?
I guess medicing takes up quite a lot of my time. Yeah. I'm a big fan of the kind of sofa life, lying back and watching incredibly poor quality TV. That is basically what I fill my weekends with, yeah.
Poor quality television?
Yeah.
OK, very good indeed. Now, Zach, people from 1950, born in 1950. Some better preserved than others, you might say.
Yeah. 1950 is a little bit before my time.
Oh, Lordy, I can't believe it. You walked straight into it. Walked straight into it.
I mean, what an awful way to start the show.
Wow.
That is... But also, you're aware that some of these people have lived at the same time as you.
Yes.
Someone being born in 1950.
I didn't know them as children, is what I mean.
If it was I don't think you need to have known them as children. I don't think that would help you in this round.
No.
I think just recognising their faces...
That was gratuitous.
That's the key.
I'm going to call that out. That was gratuitous.
It really was.
It's like saying my parents. They're a bit before my time, so they're right.
But I do recognise a few. I'm going to go for... I'll play it safe. I'll go Robbie Coltrane.
Robbie Coltrane, says Zach. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Robbie Coltrane. Well, he's right. We're off to a good start. 39 for Robbie Coltrane. Not bad at all, Zach. Not bad.
Yeah, he says he constantly gets recognised, of course, Robbie Coltrane in supermarkets and in the streets and what have you. He said, but kids don't recognise him, even though probably his most famous role, or the role that's highest profile, was Hagrid. But he said kids don't think it's him because he's not tall enough. So it doesn't register with them at all.
That's hilarious. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Ruby, welcome to the show. Good to have you here from Birmingham. Tell us all about yourself.
So I'm a project manager for a construction company. And in my spare time, I love baking, Harry Potter. So thank you for stealing my answer. And I've just signed up for my first half marathon.
Wow, well done you. How long have you got to train?
So I've got another 8 weeks left.
8 weeks?
Yes.
Oh, Ruby.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've got to manage to try and double my distance in that time.
Yeah, what's your sort of normal distance now? What's the best you've done?
I've just done a 10K, so I've still got a while to go.
You have got a bit to go.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Well done you. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
This is proper. This is ambitious.
Exactly. Going from nothing to 10K is
Exactly.
pretty decent.
Yeah. Well, very, very good luck with that. Now, Ruby, who are you going to go for on our board?
There's a few I recognise. A few names just aren't coming to me. But I'm going to go for Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder, says Ruby. Let's see how many of our 100 people spotted Stevie Wonder there. It's absolutely right. 73 for Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, had his first US #1 when he was 13 years old. So he's been having hits for 57 years.
He was little Stevie Wonder then.
He was little Stevie Wonder.
wonder when he
his name
dropped the little.
is Steveland rather than Stephen.
Steveland.
Yeah.
That's
cool,
a country
isn't
I'd like to live in.
it? Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Sylvie, welcome to Pointless.
Thank you, Roger.
Tell us all about yourself, Sylvie.
I'm a taxi driver in Jersey.
Whoa! What about that? How many taxi drivers are there in Jersey?
There's probably about 500 altogether.
Okay, do you all rub along well?
No.
Fierce? Do you have fierce territory wars?
No, not territory wars. It's just most of the drivers are men and most of them are grumpy old women.
That's it. They all call things like abacus and AAA taxis, aardvark taxis.
Yes.
Yeah. Are the people generally lovely in Jersey?
We pick up tourists and nearly every tourist says they love coming to Jersey because everybody is so helpful always.
Oh, that's nice. And all
Jersey's
that.
a lovely place.
Oh, isn't it though? Oh, that delicious clotted cream. Now, Sylvie, here's our board. All of these people were born in 1950. Who are they?
There's a lot I recognise, but I can't remember their names. I'm going to try one on the bottom row and hope it's Sybil Shepherd.
Sybil Shepherd, says Sylvie. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Sybil Shepherd. Well, 73 is the high, 39 is the low, and you pass both of those. That's a great answer, Sylvie. Look at that. 12.
That's a great start, Sylvie. Well played. Yeah, perhaps most famous over here for playing Maddie Hayes in Moonlighting. She said the worst job she ever did was a film called The Return, which was about cows from outer space. I don't know if they were Jersey cows, but they were certainly cows.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Jill, welcome to Pointless. Lovely to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm retired. We live in Weston-super-Mare, and since retiring, I've taken up art. So I spend a few days a week at different art clubs, and I'm also the local dog walker. When any of my neighbours or friends get stuck for dog sitting, then I do that. So.
Do you paint your neighbours' dogs? Have you done that yet?
No, I tend to do buildings. I've painted a lot of their houses.
The nice thing about buildings is they tend to sit still, don't they?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, yeah. OK, Jill, who are you going to go for on our board?
I'm going to go for Hayley Mills.
Hayley Mills, says Jill. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Hayley Mills. Ooh. Oh, Jill.
Goodness
I'm
gracious.
afraid not. Not Hayley Mills. That scores you 100 points.
Sorry, Jill, no Hayley Mills. I'll give all the correct answers at the end of the round.
Thank you very much indeed. We are halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 12, Sylvie. Very well done indeed. Best score of the pass. Then we travel up to 39, Zach and Nils, 73, Ruby and Sanjay, and then up to 100, I'm afraid. That's where we find Jill and Rick. Now, Rick, let's hope you've got a lovely low-scoring answer that might bring you back into the game. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, Rick, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, I retired 13 years ago.
What did you do?
From local government.
Yeah.
I looked after my granddaughter for 4.5 years before she went to school. When she went to school, I decided I had to do something else.
Yeah.
And I went back to work again. and I've been working in customer services for the last 6 years.
Not in local government, though?
No. Something totally different.
Oh, that's nice. And having sort of decided to do it for yourself, does that make it feel sort of, I don't know, slightly more leisurely?
Yes, it keeps the brain active.
Yeah, very good. Good stuff. Now, Rick, all of these people were born in 1950. Who are they? You're on 100.
I'm a bit the same. I know the surnames and the first names, but I can't put it both together, so I'm going to have to go for Julie Walters.
Julie Walters says, Rick, let's see how many of our 100 people went for Julie Walters. There's no red line for you, I'm afraid, as you're the high scorers. Julie Walters is absolutely right. And down goes Julie Walters to 36. Not bad. 136 your total.
Yes, a lower score than you think, isn't it? Maybe the picture is maybe not the most Julie Walters-like picture. She was Oscar-nominated for Educating Rita, which was, it was her and Michael Caine, of course, in Educating Rita. And originally, Hollywood had wanted Paul Newman and Dolly Parton to play those two roles.
Really? Wow. They don't always get it right, Hollywood, do they?
They don't always get it right. No.
Thank you very much indeed. Nixon.
Hello.
Welcome.
How's it going?
Good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Nixon.
So I'm 36, from Jersey as well, and believe it or not, have been in the taxi business for 18 years also. I don't drive, don't have a driving licence, but I've always worked in an office and currently in a gap year, just deciding what to do next and where to go, so...
OK.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
What to do next, where to go. It's the same job as you do.
Well, yeah, it's pretty much
in the
what I'm
taxi
doing
office.
anyway, yeah.
OK, Nixon, you're on 12. Does not matter what you score here. Even if you score 100, you're still in the next round. So that's good. You were very well set up by your mum.
I think I know a couple, but I'm going to play it safe because Mum did so well, and I think it's Bill Murray.
OK, Bill Murray, says Nixon. No red line, you're already through. How many people said Bill Murray? Down it goes to 32. Not bad at all. 44 is your total.
Yep, Bill Murray doesn't have an agent or a manager, Bill Murray. He's just got a toll-free number which anyone can ring if they want to offer him work. He said, but most people he wants work from know how to get in touch with him anyway.
He's cool.
He is very cool.
He's very cool.
He really is.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Sanjay, welcome to the show. Good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
Yeah, I'm a core infrastructure analyst at a university.
Tell us all about that. Core infrastructure.
Yeah, sounds more
Analyse it
interesting
for
than
us.
it is. I work in the IT department. We look after the identity, email systems, and the storage and virtual infrastructure as well.
How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing this role for just almost a year now, but I've been at the
Okay.
university for 3 years.
OK, and you imagine in 5 years' time, the system will bear no comparison to what it is now.
I might not even have a job in 5 years' time. It'll just be computers doing it themselves.
I know I won't. Sanjay, there you are. You're on 73. What you need to score is 62 or less. There they are, 16 nearly septuagenarians. Who are they?
Bill Murray was my safe answer. So I'm going to have to go for a little risk. I think, I don't know if this is right, in the bottom left, is it Harriet Harman?
Harriet Harman, says Sanjay. Here's your red line. Can you get below this red line? With Harriet Harman, let's find out. It absolutely is Harriet Harman. And you absolutely can get below that red line. Look at that. Very well done indeed, Sanjay. That's a great answer. 9. Lowest score of the round. Harriet Harman taking your total up to 82.
Well played, Sanjay. Great answer, yes. She was first elected as an MP in 1982, Harriet Harman.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Niels, welcome back.
Thank you.
It's another great shirt from the Niels wardrobe. Tell us all about yourself again, Niels.
So I'm just about to start a Masters in Musical Theatre at the Central School of Speech and Drama.
Very good indeed. So presumably you did quite a few musicals across your time when you were at Oxford. What did
I
did you
lots
do?
of different ones, things like Singing in the Rain and Cabaret, lots of big show tunes, which I loved, because there was lots of theatre whilst I was at Oxford, which was amazing.
Very good indeed. And did you do? I'm presuming quite often it's the Operatic Society, isn't it, that puts these things on? Was that the case, or was it?
So it's kind of just whoever wants to can put one
No, that's
on.
nice.
Because there's so many theatres. So in my last year, I decided I'd quite like to put one on. So I directed a show in my last year. I did Sweet Charity, which was really fun to get a bit of the other side of doing some directing as well.
Very good. Have you taken stuff up to Edinburgh? Have you done any of that?
I've done a few shows that have gone up there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Good for you. OK, now, Niels, you're on 39. Fabulous low score. 96 or less gets you into the next round.
So I wish I could talk you through the board, but I can't. The only ones that I know that are left there, Princess Anne and Jeremy Paxman, so bottom right. So I think I'll just go for Jeremy Paxman.
OK, Jeremy Paxman says, Nils, here's your red line, lovely and high. Let's see if you can get below that with Jeremy Paxman. It's right and you can. Look at that, down to 34. 73 is your total.
Now, shall we fill in the rest of these? On that top row.
That is Alan Johnson.
Alan Johnson, who would have scored you 7 points. Now, the next one is a pointless answer. We know her voice far more than her face these days. So it's the actor Julie Kavanagh, who plays Marge Simpson. It's a pointless answer, so very well done if you said that. Next row, that's Agnetha Faltskog from ABBA.
Wow.
Would have scored you 3 points. Next to Bill Murray, it is
his sister Jenny.
Jenny Murray, yep, would have scored 4. Now, I know why you thought it was Hayley Mills, but it's actually Rowan Williams, the former Archbishop of the country. I know, I'm only teasing. Rowan Williams, the former Archbishop of Canterbury. Then it is Princess Royal, Princess Anne, who would have scored you 62. Next to Princess Anne is...
I don't know who that is.
You'll know his songs. It's Billy Ocean.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Billy Ocean would have scored you 14 points. Then, looking very good, I have to say.
Claudia Winkleman, she's well preserved.
It's amazing. You wouldn't think she was 70, would you?
Yeah, you'd never know.
Fans of Hello Hello will know that's Vicky Michelle. Scored you 3 points. Now, I didn't recognise this gentleman. You'll know the name. He was recently subject of a very famous film alongside his creative partner. That is the guy who writes the lyrics for Elton John. That's Bernie Taupin. Yeah.
What about that?
Would have scored 1 point. Very well done if you recognise Bernie Taupin.
Very good. What an exciting board.
There's some real talent up there, isn't there?
Yeah. There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we are at the end of our first round, which means we have to say goodbye to a pair. And that pair is Rick and Jill. I'm so sorry. It's been lovely having you on the show. We'll look forward to seeing you next time. Rick and Jill.
Thank
But
you.
for the remaining 3 pairs, it is now time for round 2. Very well done, everybody. That was fantastic. We've made it into round 2. Sanjay, it's particularly well done to you, our lowest individual scorer there, Harriet Harman. Fantastic spot. Sylvie and Nixon, our lowest combined scorers. So well done, you. And Nils and Zach, just good to have you here. Round 2 is going to be an interesting one. Good luck to everybody. Our category for round 2 today is television history. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns debut episode titles. Richard.
On each board, I'm going to show you the titles of 6 television episodes. They were the first episodes in TV series. You just need to name the TV series, please. We will give you the initials of that series and the year in which this episode was broadcast as well.
Thank you very much indeed. So what are the TV series that grew out of these first episodes? And here are the clues. We have got A New Germany, 1933 to 1939. TWAW, 1973. The Offer, SAS, 1962. Winter is Coming, GOT, 2011. A Touch of Class, FT, 1975. Alive and Buried, OFITG, 1990. And The Man and the Hour, DA, 1968. I'll read those all again. A New Germany, 1973. The Offer, 1962. Winter is Coming, 2011. A Touch of Class, 1975. Alive and Buried, 1990. And The Man and the Hour, 1968. There we are. Oh, this is fun. This is fun. No one's agreeing with me, but I think this is great fun. Zach, what are you thinking of?
There's 2 on there that I'm fairly sure about. One that I've seen and one that I've heard of. One that I really liked as a child. So I think I'll go for A New Germany, 1933 to 1939. This is not the one I liked as a child. But I think the programme was called The World at War.
The World at War. Sounds reasonable. Let's see, is it right? How many of our 100 people went for The World at War? It is absolutely right. That goes down to 30. Well done, Zach. Great start to the round. 30 for the world at war.
Yeah, a 26-part World War II documentary narrated by Laurence Olivier. At the time, it was the most expensive documentary series ever made. £900,000 it cost.
Wow.
Which today would get you one episode of The Chase.
Yeah, that's mostly Brad's fee, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Ruby.
There's one that I definitely know, and there's one that I could guess at. I'm going to go for the guess. The bottom one, The Man in the Hour. Is that Dad's Army?
OK, Dad's Army, 1968. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Dad's Army. It is Dad's Army. Very well done indeed, Ruby. That scores 9. Very strong performance on that middle podium there. 9 for Dad's Army.
Well played, Ruby. Really gutsy to go for the risk as well. You had to do it at this stage, I think. Yeah, 80 episodes of that in the end. The very first episode, this one, it begins with Captain Mannering giving a speech looking back at what happened. So essentially, the whole of Dad's Army is a flashback from the first scene of the first episode.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Nixon. So what are the TV series that grew out of these first episodes? This board is all yours.
Okey-dokey.
Talk us through it.
I'd love to, but I think I only know 2 of them. So I think the one that's going to be the least is probably Alive and Buried, which I think is One Foot in the Grave.
1 Foot in the Grave, says Nixon. Certainly fits the initials. Let's see if it's right. It is absolutely right. 30's our high score, 9 is our low. You pass the high score, 25. Not bad at all. 1 Foot in the Grave.
Well played, Nixon. Congratulations to everyone there, because everyone essentially was resisting saying Game of Thrones. That's very, very impressive from all of you. It's the biggest scorer of Game of Thrones, Winter is Coming, would have scored 71 points. Now, the other 2 nice low scorers, A Touch of Class, often voted the best sitcom of all time.
Oh, Fawlty Towers.
Fawlty Towers, yeah. That would have scored 10. The best answer on the board, another of the best sitcoms of all time.
Steptoe and Son.
Steptoe and Son.
Ah.
Yep, and that would have scored 3 points. Very well done if you said Steptoe and Son.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, we are halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 9, the best score of the pass. Well done, Ruby. That's a really good answer there. Then we travel up to 25, where we find Nixon and Sylvie, and then up to 30, where we find Zach and Nils. Once again, a little bit ahead there. So, Nils, a nice low score from you would be great just to keep you in the game. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 6 more TV first episodes up on the board, and here they are. A Study in Pink, S, 2010. Open Government, YM, 1980. Gas, C, 1986. I, Darren, Take This Witch, Samantha, B, 1964. Death Has a Shadow, FG, 1999. And An Unearthly Child, DW, 1963. I'm going to read those all again. A Study in Pink, 2010. Open Government, 1980. Gas, 1986. I, Darren, Take This Witch, Samantha, 1964. Death Has a Shadow, 1999. And An Unearthly Child, 1963. There we are, Sylvie.
I don't know which one to go for, which is going to be the least.
Question. How do you like that board, generally?
Well, I know a few of them. I think I'll go with the bottom one, An Unearthly Child, and say Doctor Who.
Doctor Who for An Unearthly Child. Let's see. You're not quite the high scorers. There's a target for you at this stage, but it's very early in the second pass, so it's not. We don't need to worry about it too much. But there's your red line. Let's see how far down the column we get with Doctor Who. Oh, that's good enough, I think, Sylvie. 24 takes your total up to 49.
Great work from you there, Sylvie. Well played.
OK. Sanjay, you're on 9, 39 or less. Keeps you in the game.
Yeah, I know a few. I don't want to play it too safe. I'm going to... A little risk, because I know... Well, I don't know if it was called this, but I think Death Has a Shadow is Family Guy.
OK, Family Guy, says Sanjay, for Death Has a Shadow. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people got it. There's your red line. It is Family Guy. Well done. Gets you through as well. Weird room to spare. That's 5, taking your total up to 14. Well done on the middle podium.
Yeah, Sanjay and Ruby absolutely smashing this round. Very well played. I say that because I couldn't work it out. So whenever someone gets one I can't work out, I go, wow, that's impressive. Terrible, isn't it?
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Nils, there you are. You're on 30. You have to score 18 or less. So what are the TV series that grew out of these first episodes? How do you like the board?
It's not looking hopeful.
OK, do you want to talk us through it?
Well, I could give you guesses for all of them.
Go on, that's good enough.
But they wouldn't be any related to them.
But they'll be
They'd
fun.
just be random words.
As long as they begin with the right letters.
I could give you Silence, Your Money, maybe Cheers, and then Bewitched, but I know that's not it. But I don't know, I'll go for Cheers for the gas one.
Gas. Cheers. Here is your red line. What happens when we say cheers? Oh no, bad luck. I'm afraid not. Cheers. Scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 130.
Yeah, unlucky. We'll leave C for a minute. It's the best answer on the board, and we'll go through the others. A Study in Pink. It's a huge show, and A Study in Scarlet. It's a play on.
Yes, sorry. Sherlock.
Sherlock,
Yeah.
absolutely. That would have scored you 18 points. YM.
Yes, Minister.
Yes, Minister. Would have scored you 34. The biggest scorer, I Dare and Take the Switch, Samantha.
Is Bewitched.
Bewitched.
Yeah.
Would have scored 59. Now, this is the best answer on the board. It's a very famous show. It's a couple of years ago celebrated its 1,000th episode, which to a lot of shows would be a lot. To us, it's nothing, right? Casualty.
It's Casualty, yes.
Casualty is the answer, and would have scored 4 points. Very well done if you said that at home.
There we go. Thank you very much indeed. OK, so we are at the end of our second round. We have to say goodbye to another pair, and I'm sorry to say, Nils and Zach, you are that pair. It's been great having you here. Thank you so much for coming to play, this is where we have to say goodbye. Nils and Zach, wonderful. But for the remaining two pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Sylvie, Nixon, Ruby and Sanjay. You are now one step closer to our final and a chance to play for the jackpot, currently standing at £1,000. So here we are in the head-to-head, which means you're now allowed to chat before you give your answers, and the first pair to win 2 questions in this round will be playing for that jackpot. Well, both first-timers, so one pair will be going through, and whichever pair doesn't go through, the other one will be coming back next time. So that's nice. And it's Jersey versus Birmingham.
It is. I always like it when no one's going home.
Yeah.
We'll see everyone again. And Ruby and Sandy, terrific performance in that last round, but Sylvie and Nixon, golden couple. So
Pretty formidable.
who knows?
Yeah, well, best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. Here comes your first question, and it is all about American football teams. Richard.
We're going to show you 5 visual clues now to the names of some American football teams. We will give you the initials of those teams as well. The visual clue, it only refers to the second part of the name, you know, the sort of nickname part of the name. The first letter is always a place.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, so 5 visual clues to the second parts of various American football teams' names. And here we have our clues. We've got A, NYJ, B, CB, C, AC, D, MD, and E, BB. OK, there we are. Now, Sylvie and Nixon, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first.
If I'm right, I think maybe C.
No, go for it.
Yeah?
Yep.
OK.
Right, we're going to take a chance on C, which I think might be the Arizona Cardinals.
The Arizona Cardinals, say Sylvie and Nixon. Now then, Ruby and Sanjay, do you want to talk us through the rest of that board?
New York Jets, I think. Miami Dolphins, Buffalo Bills, I think, for E. And Cleveland Browns, I think, is what CB is. Should we go for that one?
Yeah, let's go B.
Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns. So we have the Arizona Cardinals and the Cleveland Browns. Sylvie and Nixon, let's see how many of our 100 people went for the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals is right. That's good, 16. Meanwhile, Ruby and Sanjay have gone for the Cleveland Browns. For B, let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said the Cleveland Browns. It's right. So 16 is what it has to beat, and it does. 10 for the Cleveland Browns. Very, very well done indeed, Ruby and Sanjay. After one question, you're up 1-0.
Those are the best 2 answers on the board, though, as well. So we said it'd be good head-to-head, and it started out well. Yeah, Cleveland Browns, the fans voted for the name. They're named after their first coach, Paul Brown.
Oh,
yeah,
that's nice.
And Cardinals were named after the colour. They had the jerseys of a team called the Maroons that went through a wash, genuinely got lighter and lighter, and they became the Cardinals. That's a great photograph, by the way, the Cardinals one.
Yeah.
A is the New York Jets. It scored 83 points. D, that's another nice photo, isn't it? The Miami Dolphins scored you 70. There's Bill Clinton and Bill Gates, and it's the Buffalo Bills. And that would have scored 26.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Here comes your second question. Now then, Sylvia and Nixon, you have to win this one, stay in the game, but Ruby and Sanjay get to answer it first, so good luck with that. Our second question is all about Prime Minister's quotations. Richard.
Yeah, 5 quotes now from people who've been British Prime Minister, but who said these?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal the 5 quotes. And we have got, I believe it is peace for our time, 1938. Most of our people have never had it so good, 1957. The lady is not for turning, 1980. I feel the hand of history upon our shoulders, 1998. And I have climbed to the top of the greasy pole, 1868. I'll read those all again. I believe it is peace for our time. Most of our people have never had it so good. The lady is not for turning. I feel the hand of history upon our shoulders. And I have climbed to the top of the greasy pole. There we are. Now, Ruby and Sanjay will go first.
Let's say Tony Blair.
For?
The fourth one down.
The hand of history. Tony Blair. OK, now, Sylvia Nixon, it's over to you. Talk us through the rest of that board.
I think the first one is Neville Chamberlain. The second one, I think, is Harold Macmillan. The third one, Maggie Thatcher. And I can't make up my mind whether it's Benjamin Disraeli or William Gladstone. So I think I'm going to go for the second one, which I think is Harold Macmillan.
OK, Harold Macmillan for Never Had It So Good. So we have Tony Blair versus Harold Macmillan. Ruby and Sanjay went for Tony Blair. Let's see if that's right for the hand of history. It's right. Down it goes to 46. Sylvie and Nixon, meanwhile, have gone for Harold Macmillan. For most of our people have never had it so good. Let's see how many of our 100 people got Harold Macmillan. It's right. This is one you have to win to stay in the game, and you win it. Very well done indeed. Sylvie and Nixon, that goes down to 10. Very strong. That means after 2 questions, it's 1-1.
I mean, this is pretty good stuff, isn't it? And great work from you there, Sylvie. Well played. You're absolutely right about Chamberlain. He would have scored you 22. You were right about Margaret Thatcher as well. She's the biggest scorer there, 77. And when it's 19th century, it's always Disraeli or Gladstone, isn't it? It's always one or the other. And this one, your first instant was absolutely right. It was Disraeli and was the best answer on the board, 6 points. So very well done to anyone who said Disraeli.
Thank you very much indeed. So here comes your third question. This is the decider, and we'll decide who goes through to the final to play for that jackpot. Best of luck to both pairs. Our third question today is all about places on or upon rivers. Richard.
You're going to show you 5 place names now from the UK of places that are on or upon rivers, but we've left out alternate letters from those rivers. Can you tell us the full names of these places, please?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 places. Here they are. Wath upon D-A-N, Stockton on T-E, Staines upon T-A-E, Burnham on C-O-C, and Berwick upon T-E-D. I'll read those all again. Wath upon D-A-N, Stockton on T-E, Staines upon T-A-E, Burnham on C-O-C, and Berwick upon T-E-D. There we are. Sylvia Nixon will go first.
Yeah. I know 2.
I don't know the top one.
Yeah. It's Berwick upon Tweed, I think.
Berwick upon Tweed. Say Sylvia and Nixon. Now, Ruby and Sanjay. Do you want to talk us through the rest of that board?
Well, we know Tees in Thames. the second and third one. Do we know the first and fourth?
No.
Don't know that top one. I can't see it.
What's the river beginning with C? With Tees?
Yeah, Tees, yeah.
You want to go for
Stockton on
Stockton
Tees.
on Tees. So we have Berwick upon Tweed and Stockton on Tees. Sylvia Nixon went for Tweed. Let's see how many of our 100 people got that. Berwick on Tweed. There we are. Berwick upon Tweed, 71. Ruby and Sanjay, meanwhile, have gone for Stockton on Tees. Let's see how many of our 100 people got Tees. That's right. Oh, 79, which means very well done, Sylvie and Nixon. After 3 questions, you're through to the final 2-1.
Yeah, you had the choice of 2 there. Chose the wrong one because Staines upon Thames would have scored you 58 points. Staines changed its name to Staines upon Thames, which I don't know if that worked for them.
No.
Burnham on Crouch was an even better answer than those 3. Would have scored you 21. The best answer, do you know this one?
No.
Wath upon Dearne. It's South Yorkshire, near Rotherham. And would have scored you 12 points. Very well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, Ruby and Sanjay, it's you. You have played a blinder across the show today, though, so I have every confidence on your return. You'll do just as well, maybe even taking it one step further. Who knows? But meantime, thank you very much for playing Ruby and Sanjay. But for Sylvie and Nixon, it is now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Sylvie and Nixon. You have fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £1,000. But what about that? Very impressive. Here you come. Just one show, straight through to the final. It's almost as if you've just remembered you've left a fare at the airport. I hope they won't be waiting too long on the evidence of this. Probably they won't. What do you want to see come up in this last round? What's going to help you win that jackpot?
TV for me, movies.
OK.
Football would be a good one.
OK, Sylvie?
For me, history or geography.
All right, well, you cover quite a nice broad base there, so that's good. Let's hope there's something up on this board that one or other of you will like the look of. We have got the 2019 Cricket World Cup, British acting dynasties, prog rock, royal births. What do you think?
British acting dynasties, yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll go for British acting dynasties.
OK, there we go. British acting dynasties it is.
It's interesting, this, because there's going to be a familiar name on this board. Let's take a look. We are looking for any film, feature film made for cinema release that starred one of these 3, please, according to IMDb. Any film starring John Mills, any film starring Hayley Mills, who makes a reappearance from the first round, or any film starring Juliet Mills. So, according to IMDb, any film in which one of those 3 is credited with acting. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win the jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. You don't have to answer all 3 categories. Just focus on whichever ones you like the look of. Are you ready?
Yes.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
John Mills was in a film called Hobson's Choice. I think he was in Ryan's Daughter. He's been in loads of films. He was also in Baby and the Battleship. Hayley Mills has been in loads, but I don't think we point. Juliet Mills, I think, was in a film called The Ghost of Mrs. Muir. So I would go for Hobson's Choice, The Baby and the Battleship, and The Ghost of Mrs. Muir.
I don't know any of them. So,
No,
yeah.
but that's the ones I go for.
Excellent, OK. And you don't think there's any more obscure you might know?
No, because Hayley Mills was in Parent Trap. She was in The One with Her Father. She's been in loads of films, but I don't think hers would be pointless. I think John Mills is more likely to be pointless. And their films, I'm not sure people would remember him in. It's a long, long time ago he was in these films.
Let's go with that. I trust you.
Yeah, I'm not
Let's
sure
go with
about
that.
Hobson's Choice, but I think he was in it.
Yeah, cool.
OK, you happy for us to stop the clock then, Sylvie?
Yep, that's fine.
OK, there we are. We'll stop in the 10 seconds to go. What can you give me?
Right, 2 from John Mills. I'd go for Hobson's Choice.
Hobson's Choice.
And The Baby and the Battleship.
And The Baby and the Battleship.
And Juliet Mills, I'm not sure about this one, but I've got a feeling she was in a film called The Ghost of Mrs. Muir.
The Ghost and Mrs. Muir.
Yes.
Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
I think possibly Hobson's Choice.
OK, Hobson's Choice.
If it's
we put
right.
last.
Yeah.
Least likely to be pointless?
Probably Juliet Mills.
Juliet, you mean The Ghost and
Yes,
Mrs. Muir?
yeah.
OK, and then The Baby and the Battleship goes
Yeah.
in the middle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got The Ghost and Mrs. Muir, The Baby and the Battleship, and Hobson's Choice. 3 good answers on the board there. any one of those could turn out to be pointless and win you that jackpot. What would you like to do with the money? Sylvie, I'm going to ask you first.
Well, it's my ruby wedding this year, so I'd probably like to spend some on a bit of a party.
Lovely. That would be nice. What about you, Nixon?
I'm a massive space fan and follow a company which, all going according to plan, will be the first commercial company to launch astronauts to space next year. So I'd love to go and watch that in Florida. It'd be amazing.
Fantastic. Well, very, very best of luck to both pairs. Wouldn't it be lovely if one of these answers won you that jackpot? The Ghost and Mrs. Muir was your first answer. In this case, we were looking for any film featuring Juliet Mills. If The Ghost and Mrs. Muir is pointless, £1,000 will be yours. How many people said it? The Ghost and Mrs. Muir. Ooh.
I wasn't sure about that one.
OK, well, it sounded like a great answer. It's the sort of answer that could have been pointless if it was right. So a risk worth taking. Obviously not a correct answer. So let's move on to your next answer, The Baby and the Battleship. In this case, we're looking for John Mills films. Again, if it's pointless, it wins you £1,000. How many people said The Baby and the Battleship? It's right. The Ghost and Mrs. Muir was an incorrect answer. The Baby and the Battleship now takes us down into the teens and into single figures. Still going down with The Baby and the Battleship. You've done it very well done indeed. That is a fantastic answer. Brilliant work. Fantastic. Well done.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations. The Baby and the Battleship was a pointless answer, which means you are going home with our jackpot of £1,000. Well done.
How about that? It's very, very impressive stuff. Literally from the start of today's show, it was impressive stuff. And how about that and the final, Nixon? Pretty good going, wasn't
Unbelievable.
it? Yeah, The Ghost and Mrs. Muir, Gene Tierney and Rex Harrison in that film. Hobson's Choice, if we got onto that, would have scored you 4 points. Oh. So The Baby and the Battleship was the one for you. Very nicely done. I'll go through the pointless answers now in different categories. We'll start with John Mills. Some big films here. Look, Gandhi was a pointless answer for Sir John Mills. Oh, What a Lovely War, Scott of the Antarctic. Who's That Girl? The Madonna film as well. That was a pointless answer. The top scorers there, Ice Cold and Alex, Ryan's Daughter, and In Which We Serve. Those are the big scorers. Hayley Mills now. After Midnight, Foster, Pretty Polly, Take a Girl Like You. Her biggest score, Parent Trap, which you mentioned, would have scored 17 points. And Whistle Down the Wind, a big scorer as well. And Juliet Mills. In Which We Serve, Jonathan Livingston, Seagull, No, My Darling Daughter, and The History of Mr. Polly. All of those were pointless answers. Very well done if you got one at home. And I'm sorry we're not going to see Sylvie and Nixon next time.
I know, it's a shame, isn't it?
It is a shame.
Yeah.
We'll send them back to Jersey with our money and our best wishes.
Exactly, Richard. And our thanks as well. Our brilliant winning players, Sylvie and Nixon, who go away with today's jackpot of £1,000. Fantastic. Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.